Okay. Ooh, why are you so far? Okay, so basically today we're just gonna be going over all the books that I read in August, as well as the books I plan to read in the month of September. Um, I can't really remember what order I read these in. Okay. All right. So the first book that I read in August was actually The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Ashley O. This was my first book by this author. I absolutely ate this book up because it was so beautiful and whimsical. It is a YA fantasy. It has a lot of the vibes of Studio Ghibli films, such as Spirited Away, which I believe is also a book. I know Howl's Moving Castle is a book. I think probably Spirited Away as well. Sorry for everyone who knows that and I messed up. It's definitely one of those books that you want to read if you're just looking for something cozy and whimsical, and it also has a little bit of high stakes and a romance in it. So I actually gave The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea a 4.25 stars. I really enjoyed the story. The next book I read was The Night Ends with Fire by KX Song. This book is a retelling of the Mulan folklore or fairy tale. However, in this one, she does not crave to bring like honor to like her father and her family, but more to herself and more of a self gain and personal power as a woman in a world where women are viewed very low and are mistreated. This author, it's really interesting, this book, because it has like questions in the back for discussion, which I think is amazing for like book club and just kind of discussing what would happen in the real world if Mulan were to have, in those time period, pretend to be a male and enter the army and even save the world or the country, but still have been found out. So what would have actually happened? Would she have gotten away with it? Also, it does have the spirit elements of like the dragon and her having access to that spiritual affinity, kind of like powers. The dragon in this one is not so fun and loving as our friend Mushu. He is more like also trying to get his own thing and gain power by using her. It does have a little bit of a love triangle as well. So I do not know where the next book's gonna take us. I know it came out, I believe recently. They have like such a beautiful cover. I want it, but I am the type of girly who's like, if I have a paperback, I need a paperback. Like I can't just, it's gorgeous though. So I'm really debating whether or not I buy it. But as of for now, I'm just gonna wait for that paperback. I'm not saying I won't read it. Maybe I'll read it on the Kindle and then I'll buy the paperback when it comes out next year. By the way, I gave The Night Ends with Fire 4.5 stars. The next book I read for the AI Chooses What I Read was The Kiss of Deception. The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This is a YA fantasy as well. But wow, wow, wow. I got sucked into this world immediately. It made me fail my whole AI tells me what I read for a whole month because I wanted to finish this series ASAP. I absolutely fell in love with the male main characters as well as the female main character and their dynamic. I don't even know how to explain. So basically she's a princess and she's betrothed to a prince who she's never met, and she just doesn't feel like that is fair. So she sends him a letter like, yo, let me meet you before I marry you. However, he does not respond, so she decides to run away. The prince runs after her, but more of like, who does this girl think she is that she's running away from me? And I want to get to know her because of that. And she's also been sent to unalive by another kingdom who becomes like the main villain throughout the whole story. However, he does fall in love with her as well, so it's kind of also a little love triangle, but it gets so well written in the sense that you're not aware of who's who for a little while. You're kind of confusing who's the king, who's the prince, and who is the assassin that's sent to get her. When they think it, like when you're in their POVs, it is a multiple POV. You get like up to 3 or 4 POVs in just book 1, 2, and 3. I love this book so much and I ate it up so quick and I needed to go to the next one, so I gave it a 5 stars because why not? Why not? To me, if you made me turn these pages and you made me want to go buy the next books as soon as possible, I'm giving you a 5 stars. It's just how it is. However, before I could get those other 2 books, I did read Another Chosen by AI. If Cats Disappeared from the World. This is a short little novella about a guy who has received a I forgot the word, a terminal diagnosis, and he's kind of thinking like, wow, what am I gonna do now? The devil shows up and provides him with the alternative that if he makes something disappear from the world, he gets to have one more day. And then so the story progresses. He starts making things disappear, and you gotta read it. It's so cute. It made me cry, and I gave this book a 4 stars. The last 2 books I read, you can imagine, were The Heart of Betrayal and The Kiss of Deception, which were the other 2 books in the Remnant Chronicles. I gave The Heart of Betrayal 4.75 stars. I did enjoy it a lot. I like that we moved on to the next kingdom. We're getting to know like all these bad characters. The main character did annoy me a little tiny bit, but it was still good as well with The Beauty of Darkness. Now for September, I like to give myself a little bit of wiggle room, so I'm not gonna add too many books to this TBR. It's gonna be more like hopefuls. Alright, so first and foremost, one of the books that I'm definitely gonna be reading this month of September is going to be Fearful by Lauren Roberts, because oh my goodness, I am so in love with the Power Resist series, and who wouldn't? I gotta get my hands on this. So September 2nd, that's the first book I'm reading. So the next read on my September TBR is gonna be Chasm, which is book 2 of the Galatian trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. Yeah, the Galatian trilogy by Stacey McGowan. I really enjoyed Ledge, which was gifted by a friend, and she also gifted me this one. I can't wait to finish it, and we'll see how it is. The next book's gonna hit a more of a fall vibe. We have everything.
Have you ever had a dream that you had you
Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice by Katie. I'm sorry, Sita Kelly? Cook? Hopefully that's right. Look at this. It's gorgeous. It was the book of the month for Barnes and Noble, where they do the $5 with the Starbucks drink. But it's gorgeous. So I absolutely love it. I can feel fall vibes, even if I don't get fall here in Florida. I do love myself some fall vibes and cozy reads. Aside from that, I don't really know much from that book, but it's all right. All right, so the next book's gonna be from one of my favorite authors, Adeline Grace. I finally got my hands on book 1 of this duology. I believe it's just a duology, and it's All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. I absolutely love the Belladonna series, and I was so sad when in our AI picks what we read, it picked book 2, and I didn't realize that was book 2. All the Stars and Teeth is book 1. So we're gonna go ahead and read this one hopefully this month. And I do like to leave some wiggle room just in case I want to read book 2 or if I want to start another series throughout the month. But I want to know what you're going to be reading, so drop it down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.